especially if you were doing those flurries, man. He didn't want anybody outside. He gave me some of the best advice I ever had when I was a kid. And you'll remember the name, the Jerry the Barber Miller. You remember that guy, Rip? It might have been before your time.
I think it was before my time. Or I was on. This is when I had only little gimmick stations where you couldn't hardly get anything. I had to adjust the rabbit ears or whatever. It was grainy and stuff like that. So I didn't get to see much TV.
Well, I know somebody that you don't know. That's amazing. But Jerry the Barber Miller, he was one of these old timers. You know, he didn't. You know, and Leroy McGurk, you know, the great promoter there in Oklahoma, was a blind man. He did color commentary on his TV as a blind man.
Who we were talking about today?
Yes, that's what I was talking earlier.
You guys were talking about that today? Amazing.
No, I was talking about Leroy, the blind promoter, the car wreck, and how he got, you know, this and that.
Yeah. He could actually call a match by hearing the ring sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he gave him a slam. How the hell does he know that? But he had been around so much and he studied so much. He could hear, he could distinguish the sound of a body slam on the ring. So a guy would get body slammed and he body slammed the guy. The guy was an amazing guy. But anyway, Leroy's one to start this. He was an Oklahoma State Cowboy too. He started both my brother and I and Danny Hodge and Dale Lewis, a lot of other those old Oklahoma guys there. But where was I going in this story, Rip?
I have no idea. I'm just sitting back and enjoying the ride.
Oh, Danny, the vice that Danny Hodge gave me.
The pliers and everything. The vice grip.
I'm getting ready to win my very first title I've ever won. It was a Texarkana championship.
Shit, that's the hottest belt around.
Yeah, it was the hottest damn belt, my first one, man. So I was going to work with Jerry the Barber Miller, and Hodge came up to me, and Miller was one of these old timers. He didn't really like these kids coming along. Here I was a hippie kid, you know, coming right out of school, man. I had the long hair, I wore the bell bottoms. I was a child of the '60s. So what the hell, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm all duded up. Daddy comes over to me and he said, "Congratulations, you're getting a title." He said, "Let me tell you something." He said, "You better watch Jerry out there. He doesn't like young kids, and he don't like kids that can wrestle." He said he might try to out wrestle. He said, "I'm going to tell you something I was told a long time ago by Ed the Strangler Lewis." Now I'm getting information that Ed the Strangler Lewis had passed on to Danny Hodge. Now Danny Hodge is passing it on to me, and I pass it on to several other kids that were wrestlers. Daddy said, "You're a wrestler. You're a college wrestler." He said, "That's your gimmick. You don't need a gimmick because you're a wrestler." He had let all these other guys have it, like Jerry the Barber. He's a barber because he can't wrestle. You're a wrestler. He said, "Never let these guys out wrestle you, Brisco. If you do, you lose your gimmick. Once you lose your gimmick, you got nothing." And so, you know, here I am. And he said he's not happy about putting you over tonight, so he might try you out there. First time I've ever been tried in my life. I really didn't know what that meant, you know. And so I found out real quick what it meant when I went out to the ring. I didn't get nothing. All of a sudden, I look out towards the back, and I see Danny Hodge peeking through those damn curtains. Just at the time Miller's trying to block me on something. Man, I shot a double leg on him. I shot that George Burroughs double leg on him. Perfect, man. Nobody's going to stop that, Dave. Not even the great Danny Hodge. Took his ass down and started riding him, and I could hear him grunting and groaning pretty soon. I said, "Jerry," I said, "we can continue doing it like this, or we can work. Whichever one you want to do." "I want to work, kid. I want to work, kid." So that was my first taste of somebody challenged me and tested me out in the ring with Jerry the Barber Miller. And I appreciate him for doing it, to tell you the truth, because it taught me a lesson.
Big gold and a billfold, so swole that I can't get the shit closed. So I money fold and rubber band wrap, and when it pops.